James and Paul, kind of continuing on that theme of foreign policy. If there's any area that I have a concern about a Ron Paul presidency, it's whether or not you as president would keep me and my family safe. I feel that we live in a very dangerous world. We have radical Islam who is looking simply, I believe, to destroy the Christian faith and destroy the Western way of life. Please help convince me that a Ron Paul presidency would keep me safe from those types of threats.
Well, national defense is one of the few things in the Constitution the president has a responsibility for. And obviously, from hearing me talk, I take everything I'm obligated to do very seriously. So, yes, that would be the goal, to provide for a strong national defense. Where the disagreement comes in this debate is why are we not safe? And some people blame Islam for it. And Islam is connected, but it's the radicalization of Islam that makes the danger. But the whole idea is we have been told the reason that we have to be over there and that we have to declare a worldwide war on terrorism, go into any and every single country, is the wrong way to go. Because this means that they are blaming Islam rather than the consequences of what we've been doing. We have been told that we have to do it, that they come here because they're bad people and they resent us because we're free and prosperous. I don't buy that at all. There's too many other countries around the world that are free and prosperous, and Switzerland doesn't sit around worrying about somebody dropping a bomb over there. Or Sweden, these places, that's not the case. Robert Pape has done the most research on this. He has his newest book out is Cutting the Fuse, and he's studied every single case he could get a hold of on suicide terrorism. And the key to it, not that he excludes and throws out Islam, because they're able to radicalize Islam once an occupation occurs. One example that he used, I thought it just really woke me up, because when I started reading his book, I knew he was wrong. But he used the example of when Reagan went into Lebanon. And of course, there was a civil war going on. The French were involved, Israel was involved, Lebanese, and United States. So we were seen as our presence there, and we were occupying the area and interfering in what we shouldn't have. So the French were vulnerable. The Americans, we lost 241 Marines. And once the Marines were killed, Reagan came out rather quickly. And we never had an attack. And after that, all the troops came out. And the Lebanese never committed another case of suicide terrorism. He used that as an example that it was the presence, the occupation, that was the real problem. Now, the most amazing thing that I've ever read on foreign policy was how Reagan handled that discussion in his memoirs. Because I was in the Congress at the time and voted or complained about having the troops there. And he said, "Go in there." He says, "I will not turn tail and run." He said that on national television. But when the Marines got killed, he left. And you'd think he would duck that issue, in his memoirs. And I said, guess what I said? He said, yes. He says, I said I would turn. He said, I would not turn tail and run. But he says, after the Marines were killed, he then realized the irrationality of the politics of that region, and that we should develop a policy of neutrality in that region. He says, if I had done that, he says, those Marines would still be alive. So it really sends a strong message of our presence there. And when you think of going after a Lockheed, we have hundreds and hundreds of cruise missiles can be dropped any place in the world today, right out of the sky. And guess what? Just the Lockheeds don't get killed. They hit wedding parties and innocent people. So there've probably been 400 or 500 killed in order to try to get this guy. And every one of those families hate our guts for us. I mean, it would be, just think of what it would be like if somebody did that to us. I think we should think about a foreign policy like we think about a golden rule. Try to solve our problems like